'em if you got 'em. We gon' crack 'em if you
Double
got
crack
'em.
them if you got them.
What up? How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys, that is. What up? What up? What up? How about the boys? What up?
How about them boys?
What up? What up? What up? They bring the
noise.
I'm talking about my Dallas Cowboys.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
I just did. I just cracked a victory drink. The first victory drink of the 2021 season. Oh, we're going cheers. Here, let me get that. Cheers, even though you're wearing that disgusting Seahawks jersey, but that's okay. I'll still cheers with you.
So far, we haven't made enemies with the Seahawks this year.
No, do the Cowboys play the Seahawks this year? I don't think they do.
They don't.
They don't? Oh, so I don't mind. Maybe in playoffs, hopefully. Hopefully we'll go playoffs. And, oh, man, I would love the Cowboys to play against Seattle in Seattle for playoffs. That'd be mint.
Would you go down?
Oh, 100%. 100% I would.
Hey, before you get way too off track dreaming of the future, Anth.
I'm on cloud. Is
One
it
and
cloud?
one?
Yeah, 1-1. I'm feeling it. Super Bowl champs, baby.
We're 1-1.
RB 1 and 2 right here, baby. You know, all day long. We be
Bandwagon
getting
boys
those
rep-
buckets.
You know what? Those were two. Are we? Do we pimp ourselves out on this? Do we give our socials?
Oh,
on this?
yeah. Roll it.
Okay. So if you're looking for anything, if you're looking for the best Cowboys Instagram page on the internet, at Cowboys Can Fan on Instagram, I'm kind of just disheveled a little bit. I'm really happy. I'm feeling good. So this is a little shaky, but look at that. Look at that fucking Justin Herbert. You just got served.
And every single week, outside of every single day of you posting on your IG, every single week we're doing live streams with the games. And where can you find that, Anth Bess?
That's Alex's department. I don't know. Where is that? Where do we play that?
Anth doesn't even know.
Anth has no idea.
The fuck is YouTube?
Anth solely cares about
Oh, it's
Instagram.
YOU? I thought it was you.
I thought it was
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, no wonder I haven't been able to find it. But yeah, we do have you know what? The stream went pretty well today, I thought. I had a good time. I had a fun time. You can find the live stream. Next week, it's going to be different, though. It's going to be on Monday night because obviously it's Monday Nighter. Cowboys, actually Philly at Dallas. Cowboys' first home game of the year. We just lost the TV boys. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I don't know either what happened there.
Hang on, let me see if that brings it back. Let me try this. Unplug, replug. Well, no,
Guess
it looks
what?
like it's
Anyone listening to this, our live stream went a lot smoother.
Trust me, is it not back?
No, Xbox
Okay.
would. But
There you
if
go.
you're looking for the live stream next week, it's going to be on Monday night as because we're playing Monday Night Football.
That's right. And we're at 95 subs.
5 away from the century mark. It feels like we've been scraping for that 100 subscribers, man.
Hey, you know what? But we're almost there. So subscribe if you're listening and you haven't. And if you have,
Subscribe if you got them.
Subscribe if you got them.
And also crack them if you got them. Now, Cowboys, and you can also find us Cowboys Can Fan on any social media. We got that TikTok where Anth does little silly fucking dances and drinks chocolate milk and stuff like that. and we got Twitter.
What? Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
Do I need to get TikTok?
Fuck, I wish those are the videos I made. Dancing and drinking chocolate milk sounds like a fucking party.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that's just something I don't know. I just figured that sounded very TikTok.
And guess what? Post-game reactions, you get a little bit of wobbly pops in you during the game. 3 hours of some football, especially after a victory.
I'm a lot happier. For anyone that watched the game, obviously Cowboys pulled it off 20-17, and Greg the Leg with the buzzer beater. And
Redemption?
Yeah, like you said, I think you said it, AJ. He still needs to give me a bit more. I'm still nervous when he goes out there to kick the ball. Those 2 missed field goals week 1 are just those were just too fucking far away and such bad misses that it still makes me nervous when he's up there. But a little bit redemption. I was nervous. My butthole was puckered when he was walking out there to boot it. I was hoping that we would score it.
That makes a change.
Yeah, right.
It was a far goal, a field goal too.
Yeah, 56 yarder. That's no chip shot. 56 yards is I'd say anything over 50 year percentages start dropping quite quite drastically. So
Well,
good on him.
I was going to ask you what you thought about it, but since we're talking about it right now, and not go through chronologically
Well, no, you
the
can't.
game.
You can't go chronologically. It was the biggest thing that had happened. It's our instant reaction. We're flying high off
So
it.
the thought of them going for it at that time, burning the clock down. I mean, I do recollect myself saying that it was their last
fucking knew
drive,
you'd
and it
say
was
this.
their last drive. But because if he missed it, do you think that they were just counting on OT?
It was weird. Like you said, the very last. I thought their very last, like the last 20 seconds, was weird. They probably could have got a timeout off, and then tried to get a little bit closer. I found it really weird that they ran the clock down and then went for it for 56 yards instead of giving it one last go with two timeouts or one
They obviously
timeout.
have more faith in Greg than we do.
Well,
They must. It was just strange.
And that's and obviously coming off of last week's game where Greg the Leg definitely left his leg at home and he didn't show up. It was just a weird. It was just weird for them to really rely on Greg the
For a
Leg.
56 yarder, if it was me, I would have tried to get at least 10 more yards. And they had that extra. They had one more timeout, right? Like they could have. Their whole playbook's open at that point. You can you can pick any play in your playbook, and it doesn't hurt you if you get down in bounds. The only thing that if they went for it and tried to get more yards, the only thing that would have really fucked them up is if they got sacked.
Yeah, so obviously, kind of going back to it, the idea that put our faith in the kicker. Greg the Leg has hit that type of kick before, so no problem. Let's give it to him. And the possibility of giving it to Zeke or even TP20 or having Dak throw it, too much of a risk at that juncture.
What's his career longest?
Because
that's
in the
getting up.
60s,
That's
yeah, it's in
getting up there.
like 62 or 63 is career long. I mean, they ended up making the kick. They ended up winning, so they played it perfectly. It was just weird how NFL games usually go at the end. You're trying to get, obviously, as close as you can for your kicker, and they kind of just wasted 20 seconds at the end of the game and then called a timeout with 4 seconds left. So
I mean,
kinda strange.
obviously, whatever the calls that they were making were the right ones because they
I
won
think I
the
saw
game.
66 there, AJ.
Oh, did you see?
Sounds about right. 61. So, I mean, that's only 5 yards longer than what he just kicked. So,
And
Yeah,
he-
that's up there. 56 is up there.
and he's been kicking, like he kicks 56 plus a year basically, except for last year. Like so he's got a good leg on him, considering his
the
stats.
legs. Greg the leg. He's actually in NFL history. He's up there as one of the more
of the best.
consistent kickers. So, but he settled. He made me feel a little bit better because I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum compared to last week. At the end of the game, I wanted to fucking kill the guy. I'm pretty happy that he made the kick, and it was awesome.
So
You got to
J-
be happy with the win.
yeah,
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so let's talk about things that you like. Jalen Smith, you liked his performance today.
Wouldn't say but it was one of his better performances than he's had in quite a while. He was around the ball. There were still a lot of the times your classic Jalen Smith. He had the most tackles of anyone, but you wouldn't really know that. You know what I mean? Like, sure, he had the most tackles, and people always play this with Jalen Smith. Last year, he had the third most tackles in the NFL. But does that mean he's the best player out there? Did Jalen Smith look like the best defensive player out there today because he had the most tackles? No.
Who is best D today?
I'd say Jaron Kearse was the best defensive just by the eye test. He looked like he was all over the place and always in big plays, and he had a couple good pass breakups. He was in on the quarterback. He just kind of was all over the ball.
So this is the difference. We have Jalen Smith, 6 tackles, 3 assists. Jaron Kearse, 5 tackles, 1 assist. But I saw all 6 of those tackles.
And not even that, not even his tackles. The plays that weren't tackles and that don't show up on stat sheets. He was getting pressure on the quarterback on a blitz. He was breaking up passes. It just seemed like he had a lot of impact plays where Jalen Smith, I would say 4 of his 6 tackles were the guy was already getting a first down, right? Like, yeah, you still need to make those tackles, but it's not like he's coming through the line and stopping the guy for a 2-yard gain or a...
Not game-changing.
Yeah, it's not game-changing. It's like, yeah, he made the tackle, but it wasn't, I don't know. Yeah,
Does it worry you if we're looking at these stats off of the sheet here that our secondary has way more tackles than our linebackers?
No, not really. They didn't really run. I'm glad they didn't run the ball much because their run game was killing us. And I think, Justin Herbert passed 41 times, right? 31 were completions. So there's 31 tackles going to your secondary possibly, right? in longer passes, so it doesn't really surprise
You know
me.
what? 31 completions for 338. That's fairly low.
Yeah.
For 31 completions.
Yeah, it's an average of 10 yards, but yeah,
and
pretty
10
much.
yards plus a little bit.
Yeah.
But then look at Austin Eckler before he got hurt. He had 9 carries for 54 yards. He was dashing the defense. They didn't really have an answer for him until he got taken out. To be honest.
It felt like every time he had the ball, he was running for eight or 9 yards.
And then Jalen Smith tackling him at the 10-yard
That's right.
mark.
nine carries, Jalen, 9 tackles. Coincidence?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we definitely shut down any long ball games. It didn't seem like there was a lot of long balls.
Let's just say this: we had more.
On either
we
side.
had more takeaways this game, and we won the game. Usually, if you win the takeaway battle, you win the game. Last week, it didn't work against the Bucks when we had 4 takeaways. They had 1. It's good to see that the defense had 2 interceptions this game. Like that's 4 on the year. The interceptions were few and far between last year. So I don't know if it's scheme or the players. I'd say it's probably DQ's.
It's DQ.
I'd say it's probably his defensive scheme over the players. I think he's putting them in really good positions. Trevon Diggs had a fucking money interception for his second of the year, and I thought the defense played well.
Yeah.
Trevon Diggs. I can never say it.
Trayvon
Diggs.
I know you don't want to be insensitive towards his name, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, but just say it right.
Aiden Diggs' father.
Trevor.
There was a play today where he leaped up a full extension and tipped the ball, and it was a catch. But I think in both games I've seen 3 highlights of him doing that. So I don't know if that means that's if he can improve on that to actually get the catch, but he's very, very close.
Well, he did have that. He had that crazy interception.
He did have that interception. I'm saying he might have even had 1 or 2 more this year,
right?
Because he's had his hand. It's only been a tip, but if he just figures out a way to get that, I don't know, extra half step in front of where he is right now. Whatever that is, guessing where the player is going to be or just making the move.
Well, I noticed on that, I know the play you're talking about, he turned and looked at the ball, which is what you want to do. But I think maybe he turned a little bit too soon to look for the ball instead of staying with the receiver. Because, when you turn around, well, now you kind of lose where the receiver is. So he jumped up to play the ball. And now you don't know exactly your separation. So he still tipped, like you said. He tipped the ball. I don't know. He played. He had a good game.
He tipped it, and who knows? I don't even know if that was his coverage. If he was just coming back, but I'm just saying, I like seeing that. What
the fuck is Bandwagon Boy 1 doing over there?
He's smashing cans.
Smash him if you got him.
Smash him if you got him. Do you want to roll through the stats real quick here and just kind of touch on
Dak Prescott? Not a bad game. 23 for 27. Obviously, really good completion percentage. That 1 interception, I think, was the only ball that so far this year it got away from him.
And
he soared that interception. He soared that ball over Cooper's head.
That's right. And one of those passes was right into Cooper's hands in the end zone.
Right.
And he dropped it.
So Dak, nothing special. He
Nope.
did what he needed to do. I think they really focused on the running game. What would they get? 29 carries?
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, 31, 29 to TP and Elliott.
Look at that 8.4 average. That's a good day.
This is actually
Right?
so
Tony
funny.
Pollard fucking killed it, man. He was obviously the player of the game.
Tony Pollard also, 3 receptions, 31 yards receiving as well.
But this is going to bring up the Tony Pollard should start. You still don't know until you look at the coverages that the defense were playing. Tony Pollard, when he's in, I'm not saying they're not maybe now they will start respecting him a little bit more. But he does. Crack me if you got him. He does face lesser men, guys in the box than Zeke does. They can show this. There's tape of it when Tony Pollard in the last year and the year before, when he's in the backfield, there's less 8-man fronts compared to when Zeke's in the backfield. I think Zeke's faces 63% of the time he's against an 8-man box. So it's tough to say, but Pollard did look fast and he had a really good game. But I thought Zeke had a really good game too.
Yeah, if you take away what Tony Pollard did, 16 for 71 and 1 touchdown for Zeke, averaging 4.4 yards. That's
That's
damn
not a
good.
bad stat line.
And 2 catches, 26 yards. Like,
Yeah, it's not a bad stat line. He almost had 100 all-purpose, and then to Pollard, like I said, Pollard was probably the he was the offensive player of the game.
I mean, outside of like, let's say, I think because of the amount of attempts that Pollard had, obviously we're going to go that way. But if you look at CD 8-8, he made a lot out of the little that he actually was given in this game as well.
CD had a great game. I thought he had I don't think in the passing game they were just consistent. No one really stood out. It wasn't like Amari Cooper last week with the 2 touchdowns and the 139 yards and 13 catches. It was just kind of like, this is the thing that people were saying, well, Dak can't sustain 58 passes a game, right? Well, he didn't. This week they went they went super balanced. They passed it 27 times and they ran it 31 times.
And they even
that's
balanced.
as balanced. That's almost as balanced as you could fucking get, man.
Exactly, and they even balanced out their rushing with their running back. So, do you feel, was this just a game plan coincidence, or was it a retaliation from like maybe last week being called out?
So last week they called 28 run plays. Out of those 28 run plays, Dak checked out of 12 of them. Right. So maybe this week he wasn't seeing what he was seeing. Like, you know, they had the run, right? Like he got on the line, he made his read. So I don't think there's this, that the coaches don't give a fuck what people people in the outside world. Oh, the Cowboys ran threw it 58 times last week. Now we got to run it. The coaches don't give a fuck about that. They go through a bunch of checks when they're on the line, and if they check off these certain boxes, they're either going to run it or audible it. You know, any team's going to go into it wanting to be balanced, but the game gets away from you, and this game obviously played into their run, right?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a game where both TP20 and Elliott get over 100 yards rushing.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened at all.
The fantasy owner in me hopes that's the case, obviously, because I don't like the fact that TP20 is getting some of the bigger plays and the more yardage. Obviously, both of our boys, RB1 and RB2, got those TDs that they needed and they wanted. But I mean, I guess ultimately the question that I have for you, Anth, is do you think, like last week, I feel that Dak and the Cowboys rose to the level of Tampa Bay, former Super Bowl champions. This week, obviously, I feel like they were playing down.
Chargers are going to be one of the top teams in the league this year. The Chargers aren't a bad team.
Yeah, so my question is like, what could we have done different this week that we?
What do you mean? We won this week. We lost last week.
Do you mean you think they're playing to the level of the team that's in front of them?
Yeah,
I think the Chargers are a really good team, and everyone had the Cowboys. Let's not forget the Cowboys were the underdogs in this game, and every talking head thought that the Cowboys. I actually was more nervous about this game than against the Bucs. They won 20.
Why?
It's funny you say that.
Because you can't start out 0-2 in the NFL. You just can't do it. Plus, we knew what the Bucs had. You know what you're going up against the Bucs. The Chargers, I don't know how many Chargers games I watched last year. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's funny you say that because I looked on when I put the bet on this morning, Bet365, and I saw that the Cowboys were the underdogs. I was straight on it.
Yeah.
No issue.
Yeah.
Cowboys to win.
You won a couple bucks today, didn't you?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you see that, you're like, okay, well, I thought the Cowboys would win anyway, and suddenly they're not the favorite. I'm all over that.
No, totally, and that's the weird thing about it. I don't really understand why they weren't the favorites because what did the Chargers do last year? You know,
nothing.
I think it's promise. The Chargers have promise in their young QB.
Promise doesn't win you games.
No, fuck no. But it gets you favorited.
But
it makes me $27.
Yeah, it made you 27 bones. 27 J-Ron Kearse dollars is what Steve won.
And that was a free bet, right?
It was a free bet. I took my $20 free dollars and turned it into 27.
Look,
I took that $20 free on Bet365. Hey, give us a sponsor, bitches.
If only they offer that 1,000 more times, I'll be in the real money.
Yeah, right.
Here's why this win was so important.
You just offer me 1,000?
Here's why this win for the Cowboys was so important. From 1990 to 2019, only 12% of teams that were 0-2 made the playoffs.
Exactly.
62% that were 2-0 did make the playoffs. So it's so funny because
okay, what's 1-1?
Yeah, we need that. We need that. We need
final
that stat. I'm just gonna split the difference and say 40%.
Yeah, you might be right.
Bandwagon boy number 2, producer Alex Johnson is looking hard for that statistic.
Yeah, it's got to be there. They have stats for fucking
they-
everything. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So if you're 1-1, you have
41%.
41%. Yep.
Okay, good call.
Boom. So that's all right. That's 41%. You know, if they win next week, we're up to you got to.
Sorry. If
When we win next week, we got a coin flip.
53%.
So
like obviously we're gonna get into on the next episode. We'll talk about the Phillies versus
The
Cowboys
Phillies,
game.
we're going against a baseball team next.
Sorry, well, Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, you said they had an easy schedule, so the next 3 or 4 games, you're moving into the green, right?
Yeah,
That's all it takes.
You would hope so. Yeah.
Right now on the BMI chart, we're just a little over. We're a little overweight. That's all.
Yeah, we're a bit. We got to.
I mean,
cut down on those hoagies.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I think the next 8. The next
8 games are important.
Oh, wow, look at that. If you're
Because the
11
next
and 0,
8
you're
games are
100%.
very important.
No way.
Wait, you actually hit 100% making it if you're 7-0. That's interesting, actually. No teams started off 7-0 and missed the
look at this.
playoffs
Hey,
since
does
1990.
it change now there's an extra game?
It would. It would.
Yeah, it would.
But,
Yeah.
11-5, 98%. Like, what?
Hey,
you know who that loss was? That was the fucking Patriots with that 1 year.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
2% of teams fucked it up in that time. There's probably
So, anyways, that's
a fun
good.
little table to look at.
Yeah, I
fun
like that
table.
one. It's a good one.
It's funny because we're win or lose next week, which we'll win. We're not out of the woods either way. Like, right?
But look, if you go 1 and 2, you have a 25% chance.
if you win, you're light orange. If you lose, you're dark orange. And that's a dangerous orange to be in.
I don't want that dark orange shit this early in the season.
Yeah,
I'm just glad we didn't go 0-2.
If this was a fire season, Matt, we would be burning up now.
We wouldn't even be allowed to smoke on the highway now.
No. Here's a video of that last play before half where we kind of.
Oh yeah, this was awesome. This little trickery here. Yeah, this was cool.
it was this
CD,
move
nice
right here.
spin. Yeah, and then he's going cut field, and he sees Zeke there. Oh man.
You know what? Another day, that's a touchdown. Like
Yeah.
that was unlucky. That was super close.
Oh man, that was
He
a
knew
cool
it as well.
That was a cool play.
So right here, Ant, though, we were joking that these defenders look like they're from the Madden video
No, that
game.
wasn't this play. That was the Cedric Wilson play.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
This
Check the Seahawks.
This is what. Yeah, check to see if I actually wanted to see if the Seahawks won. Get on that. Just check that out there, Steve. But back to this play. If
Titans won it in overtime.
Titans won.
Who got the score?
It was a field
goal. Wow.
Damn, I need an AJ.
Oh, look
Brown
at this
to
view.
score.
Look at I like this. I like this little spin. Woo.
Yeah.
And then
He's just gone.
yeah. And look, he's ready to pitch it. He's running with it like Willie Beeman.
Willie Beeman.
Titans scored the last 17 points of that game to win it 33-30.
Wow.
That's a collapse.
Hey, you know what
That's not
though?
good.
On the bright side, the Seahawks have a 41% chance of making the playoffs.
That's right. Well, what else do we have for us? Oh, Micah Parsons was getting held.
Yeah, I thought okay. So
Looked
Mike
like quite a bit.
Parsons. So this is the big story going into the week was Randy Gregory was on the COVID list and DeMarcus Lawrence broke his leg, broke his ankle. He broke his leg. So we were missing our 2 starting defensive ends. So they actually brought the Cowboys decided to bring up Micah Parsons and play him at DN. And I thought he had a pretty good game. He got his first sack of his career, which is sweet. And
Look at that
that
meme.
guy that was just passed down. But he got his first sack, but it seemed like he was getting, I don't know. Like we've talked about it before, it always seems like there's a hold on every play. So you can only be so salty about it because I'm sure the Cowboys offensive linemen are doing the same stuff. But when you're keying in on one player like I was watching Parsons on most plays, it just looked like he was being held quite a bit. But he got his first W and he got his first NFL sack lunch. So I'm happy with it.
I mean, not the sack that we wanted him to get, but still stat wise.
Well, I don't know if this is the thing. I don't know if that was the one. I don't know if that intentional grounding was actually considered the sack or if he got it on a different play. So I'll have to look back at that.
That'd be tough to find. Isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not sure if an intentional grounding counts if the last player to touch you gets the sack for it or not. I'm not too sure.
The Cards won 34-33 and Vikings missed a last second field
Yeah,
goal.
there was so many. The afternoon slate of games were fucking really. All of them were settled by a field goal.
And it was a 37-yarder.
Wow.
Was
And he
Greg the Leg
shanked it.
playing for him?
Greg the Leg was dressed up as.
Hey, he was called Greg. Greg Joseph.
Greg. He's Greg, not the leg.
Greg no legs.
Greg no legs.
Legless Greg.
Legless Greg.
Another interesting thing that maybe we didn't actually even really see this game was the penalties. 8 for 76 for the Cowboys, 12 for 99 yards.
That's a lot
for
of That's 20 penalties called in the whole game. That's
It didn't seem like it though. But
So this is what I'd like. I wonder how many plays there was total in the game, and then because you had 20 penalties but with both teams,
122.
122. So you're looking at what is that?
There was what, 12 penalties?
20. Yeah. So 1 in 6. Every 6th play there was a penalty. Basically, that's pretty fucked when you think about it. You know, like
10%.
Yeah.
122 and 12 penalties. It's fucking 10%.
no 20 penalties.
Oh, 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
sorry,
20
my mistake.
penalties.
A little bit more.
Yeah, so so even more than 10%. So you're looking at probably like the 14% of the plays you had penalties, which is a lot, right?
Okay, Math Mo.
Right, but that's a lot. That's a lot of like that's.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of wish the NFL. It's either you're gonna call them all or fucking let the guys go play kind of thing. You know.
Yeah, and relatively low yards per play. Both of them right around seven yards.
There was no big plays.
no
Yeah,
big
it wasn't.
plays,
And
yeah.
this is the thing. I thought I was talking some smack, not really smack. Like there's more friendly banter with this guy that I follow who's a Chargers fan. And I was kind of talking in the Instagram comments, just saying what I thought was going to happen. I expected this game to be like a 35 game or something. Like I thought it was going to be really high scoring. To see it be 20-17 was really surprising to me.
It is true because you look at this at these two teams, and not to say that their defenses are, but you
The
look
Chargers actually have a really good defense.
It's not about the defense being bad. It's that Dak can sling it and so can Herbert.
That's
obviously.
what I mean. Yeah.
The Chargers did have a couple key players out on defense. Same with the Cowboys. But back to what I'm saying. 2017, I did not. I would be surprised if a lot of people took the under betting. I don't think a lot of people would have.
No.
And even amount of passing, even amount of first downs too. So relatively even game.
Minus the score.
2017,
bitches.
And the large difference outside of passing yards and rushing yards going lopsided for rushing for Dallas and passing for the Chargers is the penalties. Like possession time was the same. So not to say like, oh, it was a lucky win.
No,
or
you know
whatnot,
what? You know what? In a game like this, the main stat is turnovers. It wasn't big. It was 2-1, but it's still 2-1.
And it was a pick six in the end zone.
Yeah, that's
totally.
the thing. Yeah,
You're
they picked it off in the end zone and then they went down and kicked that field goal. That's
Sorry, not pick six.
not
The-
pick six,
the
but
interception in the end zone.
it's a
Stop
huge
6.
swing. If you stop them from 6 and then you put up 3. So
And what a smart play by the whoever.
Casey.
What a smart play to instead of running out just to drop down and
I'll never bash a guy for trying to take it for the 102 yarder though.
No, I wouldn't.
Fucking go for it, man. If you get it in there,
As long as you hold on to the ball.
as long as you get it past the 25, fucking even if you get tackled on the 5, I'll never it is a smart play. It's the right play to go down and take the knee and take it from the 25. But if I see a defensive player intercepted in the end zone and he wants to Ed Read it and go for the 103 or 104 yard touchdown, I'll never fucking
News
be
alert,
mad.
Cowboys Ken fan is a fan of taking a knee.
the bended knee.
Bending the knee.
Hey, and how about that SoFi Stadium, guys?
Holy shit,
Okay,
man. That
so-
place
so-
is legit.
Oh wait, Adam's got some.
I thought Bandwagon Boy one over there was dead. I hadn't heard him talk.
For those of you,
No one had talked about a camera or
He just,
anything in a while.
he just Undertakered himself up when I said that.
for those of you not watching a live stream, first of all, why not?
Yeah.
Second of all, I mentioned it. What a stadium that's wasted on the Chargers.
Yeah.
I know the Rams are there. But that stadium is wasted on a team like the Chargers.
Ooh, I
You're
love
not
it.
wrong.
Throw
Okay,
it
not
It's
shade.
wrong.
late though. Look at
Yeah.
the fucking thing.
It is a fucking mint
Okay, so
stadium, man.
let's just end the debate. Is what stadium has the bigger gas, the bigger Which is a bigger stadium, AT&T or SoFi?
Do you mean bigger or better? Like,
Better
I mean,
everything.
it's hard. It's hard to. It's the newest, nicest stadium. I mean, it's hard to say AT&T is better than that.
It's a $5 billion stadium.
It's double
right?
double the cost too. I think AT&T was only 2.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the circular Elysium LED screen is pretty sweet, but
It's not even about the field and the stands. It's everything that goes with it.
I think it looks pretty
Like-
cool. The outside of it looks sweet. Like the
Yeah.
sky shot of it's pretty.
It's kind of fun. Like the Raiders Stadium is also very new.
The Death Star, the Raiders,
Death Star,
the
yeah.
Raiders Stadium's
But
sick.
it
There's
doesn't
some-
have this fucking
that-
halo ring.
That halo thing. Plus all the new stadiums. Minnesota's got a fucking great stadium.
Yeah, they're just such-
The Raiders. Atlanta's got a great new stadium.
Yeah.
And SoFi, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're so cool looking.
Fucking
It's very
cool looking.
futuristic but I think with the SoFi Stadium, it just like when the players on the field, it just looks massive.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It looks like the fans just keep going.
What is the capacity?
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before.
I think we
What's
did.
the
I think it was
capacity?
85, but can go to 105.
do you find like whenever I'm at a stadium and I'm watching the game, I'm always usually watching the jumbotron because you get to see all of the like interactions.
I do jumbo.
70,000.
I do jump.
I'm surprised.
I do jumbotron. I do jumbotron in between plays.
I watch.
I like watching the play because you can see the actual whole play going. But then I do like watching the screen after.
Go SoFi versus AT&T, and let's get some stats here.
Up to 100K when needed. So it was definitely there was more than 70,000 people there today. Had to have been.
Oh my
That's what
God,
we should
there
check
actually is a
after.
search for
We
this.
should actually check it after to see if we can get the numbers.
What am I looking for? The rankings or
I mean, I guess it's
Size?
Is it subjective?
does size matter with
Does it-
stadiums? I don't know.
Does it give us?
Is it how the stadium's used?
Does it give us a? Does it give us a ticket amount for today's game? What's
Yeah, I guess so. Check
Attendance.
that out.
Attendance.
Yeah, stat.
I mean, wouldn't it be sold out though?
Yeah, but that's what it's
Yeah, but how many
70,000
tickets
to
is selling now?
100,000. It kind of varies.
It would go 100,000 if you can go put them on the field for like a concert or something like that.
Oh,
So
I see what you're
70,000 would just be the actual
7,000
seats.
Yeah.
It seemed like there
you know
was-
what? That's smaller than United.
Yeah,
United's
that's
like 76.
That's smaller than the Cowboys too. Fucking that arena sucks.
Hey, guess what, SoFi? You're so far from being the best.
So fired.
So fired. Yeah, so
from being
fired.
best.
So fired.
So far from being the best.
I can't even find them.
Whatever. Who
he
gives a
doesn't
fuck?
he doesn't even know what's going on right now.
Who even cares? What else we got going? So what do you?
Hey, I
so
just
what were your
don't-
guys' thoughts on the game, Steve? You only watched what the second half kind of thing.
I was watching Red Zone, and so I didn't see. Yeah, but then I caught I was last part of the first half and all the second half. I thought they did what they needed to do.
That's what it's about, right?
You can only beat the team that's in front of you. I was surprised, like we spoke about earlier, that they weren't favourite. I don't understand why they weren't, because the Cowboys are a better team than the Chargers, in my opinion. Whether it's at home for them or not, I didn't get it, and I think that they did what they needed to do. There was no really big plays from either team, but they got. I almost said they got the 3 points. It's not. It's not a football game, boys. But I think they did what they needed to do, and they got the win. I don't think they were ever really in any trouble.
I think you bring up a good point. Maybe it was such a they were so closely rated that they gave the Chargers the nod for being the favorites just because they were the home team.
That's about it.
What about you, bandwagon boys? What were your guys' takes from the games? What do you guys think?
My take, I feel like the team the week before, obviously, again, you're playing against the team. Sorry, I don't want to say they're playing down, because obviously the Chargers were the favorite of the game, but I feel like they didn't take the chances, especially with the passing game, that they should have. Cooper was non-existent in this game. CeeDee Lamb had a couple great after play.
So you're looking. Sorry for cutting you off, but you're looking at it. You're looking at the exact opposite way of last week. So last week they didn't run Zeke, right? Well, they didn't run Zeke because they thought the team had a better front seven. So they used their receivers because they thought they had an advantage against their DBs, against their corners. This week, they obviously didn't think they had an advantage with CD and Amari Cooper, so they used their running backs, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that they're playing down to anyone. They're using a different strategy to get their best chance to win.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to say they're playing down, because I feel like just like the week prior, obviously the run game was non-existent. This week the run game was very, very heavy, and the passing game was non-existent. But obviously, I want to see Dak throw some bombs.
We know.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
We know you want to see the fucking 45-42 game. I know you do.
Yeah,
but
100%.
But I love it. I love the.
Guess
I love
what?
this.
Why-
I love this
why-
game. This
why-
win was awesome.
Why else would I be here?
True. Fair enough. Fair enough. And you know what? The Tampa Bay game. The Tampa
epitome
game.
of bandwagon.
Right. But the Tampa Bay game was exciting. There was a lot of big plays and a lot of position change, like lead change. So there was a lot of excitement with this. This was kind of it wasn't as exciting, but 2017, I'll fucking take a win over an exciting game any day of the week.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
My thoughts are obviously. Hang on. Let's do that again.
You guys totally
There we
whipped
go.
on that first time. I could just see from underneath. There's like they were like this.
We totally did
I-
that. Hang on. There we go again.
There you go. Aim for the elbows.
I can only see AJ's shoulder, and I saw it move, but I didn't hear anything, and I knew something had happened.
Someone
not happened.
Yeah, someone threw a shoulder out. No, the backfield came to play. This is what people were complaining about week one, and now we'll all complain about the passing game. So
Not
this
me.
is awesome. No, not Anthony.
Not me.
But the stat that sticks out for me the most is this one, and I just looked at it, and that's why I'm going to use it. First downs from penalties. 1 for the Cowboys, 4 for the Chargers. So I can't go back and pinpoint and remember where each one of those has happened, but
That is pretty
if
big. Yeah.
we were able to not cause those penalties, then perhaps the score would have been 28 to
Right. Yeah,
14 or something like that, right? So those are things that we can work on.
You know what's interesting is that the Chargers took more penalties for more yards.
Yes.
But they had more first downs from
Yeah,
penalties.
just weird timing, I guess.
Yeah, that is.
Or weird. Yeah,
That's
that's
strange
strange.
stat.
That is
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So the Cowboys only got one first down from. That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
So
that doesn't make sense.
our penalties gave the Chargers
4 first downs.
4 first downs.
Well,
had we not done that,
No, I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but you look down at the stat. They had 12 penalties for 99 yards.
Right,
Out of
right.
those 12 penalties, we only got one first down out of
Yeah.
those. That
Yeah.
seems fucking weird.
Well, so again,
Are we looking first down from penalties? Yeah, that's weird. That's strange.
but I think that would be like an actual first down given from that.
Yeah, but every penalty, a whole offensive hold, or sorry, a
Sure.
defensive hold, a defensive PI, of roughing, any of those are. You think out of those 12 penalties, they must have not had anything. They must have had like.
I didn't come up with the damn stats, Ant.
Well,
okay, I'm just
so
reading.
this is the thing. A lot of the Chargers penalties must have been on offense. So they were just
yes,
getting moved
yes,
back,
yes,
and then
yes,
the Cowboys penalties were
That's a
on
good point.
defense.
That's a good
That's
point.
what
Yeah,
that has
yeah.
to be what it was.
Well, there you go.
We figured it out.
what are your
Good
thoughts on
work.
it?
Good work, guys. Good work.
What are your thoughts?
I honestly, I'm happy with the game. I thought Zeke
Did you already
and
say that?
pardon.
Did you already say that? I know you threw
Probably.
it to us, but then I was like,
Yeah, I
"Oh,
think
what
I
the
already
hell do you
said.
wanna
I kind of already said what I thought. I like seeing a grind out win like this, 20-17. You don't see low scoring. This is considered a low scoring game in the NFL in 2021, and I'd like to see that they can win a game like this because I've been in this. I've seen a lot of Cowboys games where they're in the chance to drive down with a minute left, and there's a fumble or an interception, and just it's good that you need to win these kind of games to just build off of it, especially after last week's close loss. So I'm happy with it.
And any last thoughts?
Cowboys were the better team today, and I don't think the score reflected that. I agree with what you're saying. It should have been more like 28-17. I definitely think that the team that showed up week one, although we won the game, I think that if we were playing to the I don't know the word aggressiveness, but if we were playing a little bit more, I think if the Cowboys offense was playing a little bit more risky, we would have seen a couple more buckets in the end zone.
Fair enough.
Last thoughts. Be good to yourself and each other.
Yeah, I like it. I like that we went away from football and just that's a good.
Jerry Springer.
Okay.
Oh, I do want to say one last thing. My biggest worry going into this game was Terrence Steele was going to be a bag of dog shit, and Joey Bosa was literally going to kill Dak Prescott. I was having nightmares throughout the week about it. I know I don't have a very exciting life, but I'm just glad I got to give Terrence Steele a shout out. He actually played a really good game, and I don't know if it was game planning or what, but he held his own. Steve, love having you here. Sorry for your loss against Alex in fantasy and your Steelers.
I think I might win that one.
You might win that one. Okay, well, sorry for your Steelers losing and your Seahawks losing. AJ, you won a couple things. Adam, you're such a bandwagon boy. I don't even know what you're going for. But
Guess what?
All that matters is
all good, baby.
All that matters is the boys are 1-1 with a 41% chance at making playoffs. All right, we'll be here, and I don't know where I'm going with this.
Rub one out.
Suffocate like anaconda. The offense fast paced like NASCAR. Dez Bryant throw the X up on the star. Tony Romo making plays. Jason Witten, DeMarco